Japan is famous for its vibrant neon cities, lightning-fast bullet trains, and quiet, orderly streets. But just beneath this polished surface, something else is stirring. For decades, people all across the country have been telling the same chilling stories. These aren't just internet creepypastas or scenes from horror movies. These are shared experiences, whispers passed down through generations. And many of these legends share one disturbing detail: the people who encounter them sometimes vanish without a trace. Today, we're exploring Japan's most unsettling urban legends and why, even in our modern world, people still disappear. Let's start with a common object found in every home: the mirror. In Japan, mirrors aren't just for checking your reflection. They're seen as dangerous objects, not symbols of vanity, but gateways to another place. There's a persistent legend about mirror apartments. Imagine finding an apartment that looks identical to yours, a perfect reflection. The layout is the same, the furniture is the same. But something is always wrong. A shadow in the corner of your eye moves when it shouldn't. A chair you know you left in one spot has shifted when you weren't looking. And sometimes, the most terrifying thing of all happens. Your reflection in the mirror isn't you. It shows someone else standing right where you are. People who notice these tiny, unsettling differences often report the same chilling sensation, a feeling of being watched. But the feeling isn't coming from behind them or from outside a window. It's coming from inside the mirror itself. According to ancient folklore, mirrors don't just copy reality, they store it. They hold onto every image they've ever reflected. And sometimes, they get tired of just storing. Sometimes, they want to trade places. Those who notice the discrepancies too late or stare too long might find themselves on the wrong side of the glass, while their reflection steps out to live their life. Is it just a story? Or a warning about looking too closely at what stares back? Now, let's move from the home to the journey. Japan's public transportation system is a marvel of efficiency, running late into the night. But when the crowds thin and the last trains make their final runs, that's when the strange sightings begin. Commuters have repeatedly described seeing a faceless salaryman. He's dressed perfectly in a crisp suit. His posture is polite and formal, but where his face should be, there's nothing. A smooth, blank surface. Witnesses say when he bows, a common gesture of respect, his face doesn't just blur. It slides, like a piece of paper peeling away from a wall. Others report seeing their own reflections in the dark train windows behaving oddly. A reflection that smiles too slowly, its lips curling upwards a second after their own. A reflection that moves out of sync with their body, or worse, waves at them when their own hands are perfectly still. While transit companies don't officially comment on these stories, some railway staff quietly acknowledge something even stranger. They say that certain late-night trains sometimes return to the station with fewer passengers than they departed with. No alarms are triggered. No one reports a person falling or getting off at the wrong stop. There are just empty seats where people used to be. The train doors open and close, but some riders never seem to get off. From moving trains, we turn to silent buildings. Japan has thousands of abandoned apartments known as a kyo. Some are officially vacant, waiting to be demolished or sold. Others are unofficially avoided, places that locals know to stay away from. In these buildings, strange things happen. Residents in neighboring apartments report lights turning on and off by themselves in rooms that are supposed to be empty. They hear footsteps from behind walls that led to vacant units. They hear whispering coming through the vents, even when the landlord swears no one has lived there for years. In certain old buildings, there is always one room that stays dark, no matter what. The windows are perpetually black. Landlords insist it's empty and has been for a long time. But neighbors hear movement. They hear shuffling, coughing, a life being lived in the dark. When the police are called to investigate reports of a squatter, they find nothing. No signs of forced entry. No leftover food or bedding. No explanation for the sounds. Local folklore suggests these rooms don't house people at all. They house echoes. The lingering energy of someone who lived and died there, but never realized it was time to leave. They are stuck in a loop, repeating their final days, completely unaware that their world has moved on without them. Finally, we arrive at the sacred spaces. Shrines in Japan are meant to be places of peace and protection. But that protection only extends to those who show respect. And they should never be visited at the wrong time. Visitors have claimed that the stone statues guarding the shrines, often depicting animals or deities, change their expressions after dark. The gentle, carved smiles stretch wider, becoming menacing grins. Eyes, seemingly carved from solid stone, appear to open and follow you. There's a particular warning shared among locals. If you visit the same shrine twice in one night, the statues will remember you. And they don't like being disturbed. According to Shinto beliefs, the spirits or kami that inhabit these sacred places aren't always evil, but they are powerful and they are curious. And for a mere mortal, their curiosity can be a dangerous thing. They might become interested in you, follow you home, or wonder what it's like to be human. Disrupting their peace is an invitation for them to disrupt yours, and that's a risk no one should be willing to take. These places are gateways, and you must be careful not to cross a threshold you were never meant to. So why do these stories persist? Urban legends don't survive just because they're entertaining or scary. They survive because they are repeated, because they are witnessed, because they are shared as genuine warnings. Japan's darkest legends aren't really about monsters or ghosts in the traditional sense. They are about places we see every day: a mirror, a train car, an empty apartment building. They are about moments of inattention and the small mistakes people make when they assume they are alone, when they assume nothing is watching. Because sometimes, the city itself is paying attention, and it remembers everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any chilling stories from your own hometown, share them in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more dives into the world's mysteries. Stay safe out there.